Hey, sweetie, why don't we tell them about the female lighthouse keeper?
Okay. Hello there, parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. I'm your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
Today we're going to tell you about a female lighthouse keeper in relationship to the Key West Lighthouse. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
That's the story you want to talk about?
Yeah.
All right. But before we get into that, if you're into the paranormal, history, forensic, and travel type videos,
don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ding that little bell so you'll hear from us next time we post a new video. And see, just like I promised,
Yep.
It wasn't a long time this time.
Wasn't a long time. So I think our new schedule is going to we're going to try to hit a new one every Sunday.
Okay.
All right? We'll try that and see what happens.
All right.
Maybe fill in the week with shorts or other one. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We're just trying to get back into the swing of things.
There you go.
We have a lot of locations to recover.
Yes, we do. We have a lot.
Not recover, cover.
Well, yes. And we're recovering it as we
Yeah, we're recovering to cover the locations. All right, so yeah, in this video we are talking about the Key West Lighthouse. It is panic D number 1954, and it is located at 938 White House Street, Key West, Florida. And we visited this location
way back in 2016.
July of 2016.
I can't believe it's been that long since we've been to Key West.
Yeah.
We need to go back.
That was for our 10th anniversary.
We need to go back.
I agree with you. Maybe next year,
Maybe.
20th.
Maybe.
We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, we don't have any video.
No, because, again, that was a long time ago.
But we do have a lot of pictures.
Because I like to take pictures.
Yeah, we do have a lot of pictures. So we're going to cover the history. You guys go ahead and watch this video. It's real short, and we'll be back and we'll tell you about the paranormal and our experiences and
the female lighthouse keeper.
The female lighthouse keeper. So watch this. We'll be right back.
Almost immediately after the U.S. Navy established a base in Key West in 1823, the need for a lighthouse became evident. Erecting a lighthouse was essential in assuring the safe arrival of both military and commercial vessels navigating the shallow, reef-laden waters off the Florida Keys. The current lighthouse opened in 1848 with a woman as its keeper, nearly unheard of during the 19th century. In the years following, the Key West Lighthouse underwent a numerous number of upgrades, including the installation of a third-order Fresnel lens, an extension to the tower which allowed the light to be seen from a greater distance, the addition of a keeper's quarters, and finally the electrification of the light. In 1969, the U.S. Coast Guard decommissioned the Key West Lighthouse since there was no longer a need for a full-time keeper due to technological advancements. Today, this Sentinel of the Sea stands as a museum dedicated to Key West's maritime heritage and to the men and women who bravely kept the light burning through the threats of war and weather. Today, visitors can walk up the 88 steps to the top of the light, as well as explore the belongings, photographs, and words of the lighthouse keepers and their families who lived in a now obsolete, yet never forgotten way of life.
Okay, so for these locations that we don't have video for, but we do have a lot of pictures, we're going to try something a little different. We've done this on our live streams before and a couple other videos, and we'll see how it works out.
And what are you going to do?
Watch this. You ready?
Yep.
We're going to share our pictures while we're talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the female lighthouse keeper. She does have a name.
Yeah, Barbara Mabrity.
Yeah. How did she become the lighthouse keeper?
Her husband died.
Yes.
You know, they never gave us anything, you know? We had to wait until our husbands died for us to be allowed to do stuff.
Well, I think officially she was the assistant lighthouse keeper with her husband, and then he passed away of yellow fever, which was a pretty bad epidemic down all through Florida.
Yes.
And she was appointed female lighthouse keeper.
Yeah.
Actually, the lighthouse in Key West stayed in that family for many, many, many years. So even after she passed away, her, I think, son-in-law or cousin-in-law or somebody in the family took over for her, and so on and so forth. But her story is quite interesting. Unfortunately, when I sat down to make this video, when you Google her name, what is it again? Barbara
Mabrity.
You see all kinds of videos about the Key West Lighthouse, and there's a picture, and I'm like, oh, that's her. We'll show her picture while we're telling her story. That's not her.
Everybody uses that picture.
Everybody uses that picture, but that's not her. So there is an article, and if you go to Panic D's website for this location, there's a link to this article that talks about her situation. So she actually, when she took over, she was responsible. Now get this. Are you seeing this right here? What she'd have to do every day.
She had to refuel the lighthouse's 15 whale oil-fueled lamps and associated reflectors, maintain the light, keep everything clean, supervise the whole facility. She had a lot of work to do.
Every single day. She had to climb up 88 steps.
Carrying all that oil.
Right. In the morning, she would go up, turn off the light, clean the lens, clean all the lamps out and everything, come back down, and at night before it was time for the light to go on again, she'd have to climb back up. Plus, she had 5 children.
And that's a duty in of itself.
Yes, and she did this every day for almost 40 years. She did this until I think she was 82.
Wow.
She took care of the lighthouse. The lighthouse, and I believe you did say this in the history, the lighthouse that we see today is not the original lighthouse.
That's true.
She was there. It was, I think, the third or fourth hurricane. Her and her family was in the lighthouse, and some other people came down there to
get protection.
Yeah, protection during a really nasty hurricane. There's a date for that, 1826, I think. Something like that.
1846, Great Hurricane?
Maybe 1846, yes.
The Great Havana Hurricane of 1846?
Boom, bingo.
All right.
The original lighthouse that was there toppled during that hurricane. There are reports that all of her children had died during that. There's another report that all but one had died, but from what we read in this article, which is entitled, it's on the United States Coast Guard, it's called the Long Blue Line, Barbara Mabrity, longtime lighthouse keeper, and Hurricane Heroine. Her children did live.
All of them?
They all lived,
all right,
according to this. And this is the same article that states at the end that there's no known picture of her. So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's her story. I mean, tough woman.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. I mean, I walked up to the top of that lighthouse, and
that's going to tell you, that was almost 10 years ago.
Right.
9 years ago. Mary Ann walked up to... I didn't. I couldn't make it. I got bad knees as it is. There's no way I'd make it now. But 10 years ago, I couldn't make it. And I sat down and I said, go ahead. Go take pictures. And you went up it.
I did. Just like Barbara.
That's right. But can you imagine carrying the oil and the cleaning stuff and everything up them steps?
I can never imagine. Even the guys that would do that on a regular basis. Just walking up that spiral, carrying all that stuff. That was definitely a task that not too many could have done, I think. So
her end of her career, so to speak, I think she was 82. This was during the Civil War was well underway, but Key West was occupied by Union troops. Okay, there's Fort Zachary.
Fort Zachary Taylor.
Taylor was there. The East
Martello
was a Union fort. All in Key West, and the lighthouse was under the Union. Okay, they believed her to be a Southern sympathizer. Okay, and there was a dispute between her and a Union soldier. and she was let go from service after 40-some years from her getting into an argument with a Union soldier, and she ended up passing away 3 years after that.
Yeah.
At age 85.
Yeah.
So she was let go at age 82 after 40-some years of service, and that was like the end of her career. But, Civil War was horrible on everybody.
Right.
You're looking at pictures.
No, I was
You can
just
see Mary Ann
thinking...
when she's looking this way. That's the monitor of the picture.
No, I was just thinking you have some paranormal claims that
Yes.
may be associated with that kind of confrontation.
Great segue. Let's
That's what I
talk
was
about
thinking.
the paranormal. Some of the paranormal reports.
Mm-hmm.
The apparition of a former lighthouse keeper is seen walking up the steps of the tower. There's some that believe that it is her.
Mm-hmm.
She's seen going up and down the steps. There's some that claim that they are touched. They pull on their hair and that kind of thing while they're in the tower. Phantom footsteps are heard in the tower and the keeper's quarters. And there's also the paranormal claim of a Union soldier that stands at the doorway of the tower, who's kind of like he's not in a good mood.
So is this the lighthouse keeper and the soldier quarreling every day?
Maybe he's waiting for her to come down so that they have their conversation. This all could be residual hauntings, all of it. And we strongly believe in residual activity, but it's quite possible.
Okay.
There's also been apparitions seen on the grounds, couples seen walking around holding hands, that kind of thing. Those could be people who maybe didn't make it during the hurricanes. It's possible. But that's the paranormal activity that takes place there.
I am interested in her continuing to go up and down there working, and the soldier kind of coming and hanging out.
Yeah,
I
can you
kind
imagine
of
40
feel
years every
that
day,
story-
at least twice a day, she's climbing them
Yeah,
stairs.
I kind of feel that that story holds some of the reason behind those hauntings.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about personal experiences.
Okay.
You went up the tower.
I did go up the tower.
I sat there. I don't know if that picture came up yet, but I sat there at the bench with that
Stone lady.
stone lady waiting on you.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
There,
I've gone
there
up,
I am sitting
yeah, there
on the
you
bench.
Are. I've gone up several different lighthouses, and it's always, for me, it's always the same. You trudge all the way up there, you look around, and then you have to trudge all the way back down. And that's, for me, the coming back down is always the hard part. Going up is never a problem for me, but always coming down is always so
See, I'm the opposite.
difficult.
Going up is not a problem for me. Coming down, I'm always worried when I step down, because it happens, knee gives out. And if knee gives out on them stairs, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be fun.
Yeah. See, going up's not a problem for me. Coming down is the problem, but not because my knees don't like it. It's because, I don't know. Going downstairs have always been a thing for me.
Yeah. But you're right. We've been to several lighthouses. I don't know how many exactly, but
We
been
went
to
to
several.
19 on our honeymoon alone.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. And I don't think we've covered a lot on here. Maybe 4 or 5 so far, but we have a lot more lighthouses to cover. And they're always interesting. Each one has its own story.
they have their own little quirks and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So we hope you like this format. There are locations that we need to cover that we only have pictures. So this might be the format. Let us know down in the comments what you think. If you like this, we'll take this route. If not, we'll figure out something else.
We might just have to go back.
Might have to. Anything else you'd like to add to this video?
No. Just that you had quite fun, I think, sitting down there with your little stone lady.
Yeah.
There was a story behind that, too, and I don't remember what the story was.
That makes a great video when we don't remember the stories.
Yeah, but there was a reason that they had that stone lady. I
Yeah.
remember them talking about it in the museum, but I don't remember.
I think we went through all the pictures. Let's flip back here. All right.
So, I'm sorry. I don't remember it.
Well, if we figure it out, we'll put it on the blog post or link to it on Panic D.
All right.
Okay?
Yep.
All right, folks. Until next time,
Thanks for watching.
and happy hunting. Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting!